Please welcome on stage Christian FEICHTINGER, IAF Executive Director, who will be the Master of Ceremonies for the closing ceremony of the IAC 2022.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's incredible how many people we still have here for this closing ceremony. Thanks a lot to be with us. I'm very pleased to welcome you to this IAC 2022 closing ceremony. Here we are, the last day of this remarkable 73rd International Astronautical Congress, which took place in the birthplace of our gathering here in Paris. This marks the end of an outstanding week. A week that has shattered all our records in terms of number of delegates and papers presented. A week that has reached new heights for the interesting subjects discussed during our plenary sessions and GNF panels, and that has celebrated this year's most extraordinary achievements, thanks to the awards that have been bestowed earlier this week. We are sure that you share with us the enthusiasm from these amazing discoveries and exchanges of bright ideas. And we are confident that the IAC remains the best place to forge new collaborations and connections in the space field. I'd like now to welcome on stage our new president, who is taking the stage for the first time in his role of IAF president, Clay MOWRY. Please give him a warm welcome. Clay.
Thank you very much, Christian. Dear friends, dear colleagues, dear space community, I am so excited to lead you for the next 3 years of my presidency of the IAF. Very proud as a 20-year volunteer of this organization, starting at the very lowest levels as a rapporteur and moving up through the committee system to where I am today. Once again, thank you for allowing me to represent this community. I'm really excited, and really we have this amazing conference here, and chapeau to my French colleagues, Canes. You guys did an incredible job organizing. A few details just to recount, because I know you've heard it before, but let's go again, huh? 9,300 people from our community here this week, a record. Triple the number of people we had just 5-6 years ago. So it's really amazing how we have grown this conference. 110 countries represented. I meant people from all around the world. 2,200 participants on the public day. 2,184 papers presented in the technical sessions. More than 800 papers presented in the interactive presentations. 25 GNFs. 19 special sessions, 10 plenaries and highlight lectures that covered important topics, late-breaking news, the DART mission, the James Webb Space Telescope, this incredible time machine we now have out at L2, more than 250 exhibitors on more than 8,000 square meters of show floor space. We've welcomed 45 new members to the organization, which is incredible. We keep growing now. I think we're 463 members total, representing some 75 countries around the world. Some of the new family includes Greece, Iceland, Monaco, and Rwanda. So we're really proud to have some representation from places that are not the traditional places we've seen in the past. We had 650 committee meetings. That's a lot of committees, huh? We had bilateral meetings booked in every available room. We took up every square meter of this amazing, huge space that we're in here. And probably not enough sleep, huh? I think you'll agree with me after so many days. So in short, though, this has been a very rich international week of cooperation for the space community. Many fruitful exchanges. I know I had an incredible number of meetings and bilaterals. Really felt like we strengthened after this long period of COVID, strengthened the ties again, and rediscovered our space community. I'd like to welcome now to the stage the 4 newly elected vice presidents of the IAF. Okay. Michel Hachemi. Saudi Space Commission. Anil Kumar from ISRO, the Indian Space Research Organization. Tanya Mazamzuan from Leiden University. Pilar Zamora, Executive Director of the Colombian Space Agency, and Special Advisor Joe Landon from Lockheed Martin Corporation. Okay, we only have 2 of the 4. Okay, now let me take a moment to applaud the diligent work of my predecessor, Dr. Pascal Ehrenfreund. She is, yes, exactly. I'm humbled to take the reins behind of the organization just after her. She led the organization through probably our most challenging period during COVID. You know, our raison d'etre is hosting this amazing conference, and all of a sudden we had to go virtual rather quickly. And then, of course, recovering quickly, now a record-setting conference. She's expanded this organization. She's expanded the work with partner organizations. She's created new and innovative systems for sharing information among our members. Pascal, please join me on stage for a special thank you. Okay, next. Wait. I'm pleased to call on stage now Reinhold Klotztus, the member of the Board of Directors from the Austrian Space Forum and the Austrian Space Forum to present the Polar Star Award. Yeah. Thank you. Sorry, I messed up.
Okay, so the last act was very hard to follow. My name is Reinhard Klustos from the Austrian Space Forum, and let me officially welcome you also from my side, ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, and friends, and dear space family. I'm honored to address you for yet another memorable occasion during this Congress that was already so rich of memorable occasions already. This is the moment to present a special award to a very special person. But before disclosing the winner, even though you might be able to guess, let me first introduce the award very briefly. The Polar Star Award of the Austrian Space Forum is a recognition for high, distinguished and esteemed individuals who inspire others in the field of space. Awarded on an annual basis since 2009, this award is a sign of thanks and appreciation for those who have excelled at the service of European space activities, to those who have shown personal engagement and realized outstanding projects or forward-thinking ideas, those who went the extra mile, or kilometer if you will, on the road to space. It is an honor and pleasure to present the 2022 edition of this award to someone who is at the same time a leading figure in the space world and an inspiration for many, and a friend to many of us, Dr. Pascal Ehrenfreund. finished yet. So let us briefly summarize Pascal's life and achievement, but this is a very difficult task to do in a very short time, and I really know you all want to go home and sleep a bit. I do. We would have to remember her studies in astronomy and biology, her PhD in Paris and Vienna, her time as a fellow of the European Space Agency, her time as a professor of astrobiology and as a professor for space policy and international affairs. We would also have to mention that she was the first woman president of the Austrian Science Fund, the CEO of the German Aerospace Center, DLR, president of the International Astronautical Federation, outgoing, president of ISU, International Space University, and most recently president of the Committee on Space Research. So once again, congratulations, Mrs. President. What I would like to highlight is here that what really makes this a deserved recognition beyond a professional career, it's not about the titles only, or at all. It's Pascal's very personal approach to inspire the next generation. And this is also something I have seen and experienced myself when she sees you in a crowd and just reaches her hand across other people just to say hi, or in Austria, Servus. Pascal was very different, as I just mentioned, and she worked tirelessly to further space topics. She always had an open ear, a friendly word, and some well-thought piece of advice. She became the polar star to others. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's end this short but heartfelt laudation honoring our dear Pascal Ehrenfreund. Let me just mention a short fun fact. Did you know that the main asteroid belt 9826 Ehrenfreund is named in her honor? No? Well, what tops a celestial body carrying your own name? Well, with this trophy, the Polar Star Award 2022, we even go light years beyond that. Thank you, Pascal. Thank you for having shown the path to space for so many people, inspiring and encouraging them on their way. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now we are moving on to celebrate, in particular, our amazing host, the Centre National d'Études Spatiales CNES. Thank you very much, and it is my great pleasure to welcome on stage the chair of the local organizing committee, Lionel Souchet.
It's amazing how many people we have today. I just want to say to you how it has been a huge honor to have you this week with us, how it has been a huge honor for us to have prepared this IAC, and how it's now a real pleasure to go to the end of the bigger IAC ever. Space for all is our motto. Again, some figures you have heard already, some not. 9,300 participants, 2,200 only for public days in addition. Plus, you know how many people are running this wonderful building? 500 staff to run the convention center during this week. Altogether, almost 12,000 people have enjoyed Space for All with us for 5 days. But also for technical point of view, 5,000 received abstract, never done, 800 interactive presentations, 186 technical sessions to run, 8,000 square meters expo for 250 exhibitors, all records. I won't make a long speech, I won't make a speech at all, about space development. The figures make it clear. I just want, during my time, to call on stage the team which has worked very hard for 5 years to make it possible. Please, from KIT, our PCO, it's not possible to organize such an event with an amazing, wonderful PCO. So from KIT, from Viparis, and from CNES, please, Myriam Cournet, Lionel Bez, Jean-Paul Berthias, Pierre Bousquet, Christine Gouault, Philippe Collot, Thierry Demangeau, please, come. Alain Leroy, Alexia Lacaze, Cécile Caléa, Delphine Bauduin, Ludivine Simon, Adrienne Néré, Lydie Buléon, Stéphanie Hérault, Jennifer Blatti, Julien Bonne et Benjamin Ruiz. See you.
Thank you so much, Lionel, and the whole CNES team for this excellent cooperation over the past 4 years. Very close and fruitful cooperation. It has been a long ride, but I'm sure we can all agree that the result exceeds every expectation. And now, let us look to this back. Let us look back to this fabulous week and enjoy our traditional highlights video.
Bienvenue à Paris to the 73rd International Astronautical Congress.
And now, please welcome back on stage IAF President Clay MOWRY and IAF Vice Presidents for Honors and Awards Anthony TSOUGRANIS. He's also the chair of the IAF Honors and Awards Committee for our traditional awards ceremony.
Good afternoon. Dear friends, in my capacity as IAF Vice President for Honors and Awards, it's my pleasure to present this year's awards. Some of the awards have already been presented, so let me recap those. The 2022 IAF World Space Award was given to the Tianwen-1 development team. The IAF Excellence in International Cooperation Award has recognized the long-standing efforts of Frederick Nordland, head of the European External Relations Department of the European Space Agency. In addition, the IAF Excellence in Industry Awards were given to Ariane Group and Anorax in 2 different categories. And the IAF Excellence in 3G Diversity Awards were given to the National Space Science Agency of Bahrain and the UK Space Agency Education and Skills team. Our interactive presentation awards were presented also today. Now, let's please give them all an additional warm round of applause. And now, moving on to awards that still need to be handed out, let me call on stage David Spencer and J.R. Edwards from the Space Education and Outreach Committee.
First, I'd like to thank you for coming today. I'd like to present the Space Education and Outreach's Frank J. Molina Astronautics Medal. The medal honors the memory of a pioneer rocket engineer and one of the founders of the International Academy of Astronautics. The medal is for demonstrated excellence by an educator in promoting the study of astronautics and space and related space science. We are delighted to present the 2022 Frank J. Molina Astronautics Medal to Professor Shinichi Nakasuka, professor at the Department of Aeronautics and Astronautics of the School of Engineering, University of Tokyo, and director of the Intelligent Space Systems Laboratory. Professor Nakasuka, please join us on stage.
I'm very happy and very honored to receive this wonderful medal. Since we developed and launched the world's first CubeSat in 2003, we have been utilizing micro-nano picosatellite, less than 100 kilograms, for educational purpose. Of course, these satellites are now used for the various applications, including business, but still, its significance as an educational tool remains. Education is a future. Education is a key toward the future. I'd like to continue my effort to educate younger generation. Thank you very much.
Let us now move on to the next award, the Luigi G. Napolitano Award. It's my pleasure to welcome on stage Elizabeth Barrios and Kat Robinson Hassani, who will present the award together with J.R. Edwards.
Thank you. It is my pleasure to be here today on behalf of Dr. Barrios and myself, who unfortunately was unable to attend the Congress. This award is presented each year to a young scientist under 30 years of age who has contributed significantly to the advancement of aerospace science and who has given a paper at the International Astronautical Congress. It consists of a certificate and a medal donated by the Napolitano family. We are delighted to acknowledge the finalists for the 2022 Luigi G. Napolitano Award, who are Julia Bryden, Venkatesh Kumar M., Vivek Muruladharan, and Alice Brunello. And it is now my great pleasure to present the 2022 Luigi G. Napolitano Award to Julia Bryden from Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Julia, could you please join us?
I am now pleased to continue by presenting the new inductees into the IAF Hall of Fame. The IAF Hall of Fame is intended to create a standing forum of personalities that have contributed substantially to the progress of space science, technology, and space in general for the benefits of mankind. It is my pleasure to welcome on stage the first new member of the Hall of Fame, Ryojiro Akiba, Professor Emeritus, University of Tokyo, and former Director General, Institute of Space and Astronautic Science. Unfortunately, Dr. Akiba is not able to be with us today, but we are pleased to welcome on stage Mr. Kiyoshi Takamatsu, President of the Japanese Rocket Society, to receive the award on his behalf. Please, Mr. Takamatsu, please join us on stage.
So everybody, thank you very much. Unfortunately, the Professor Akiba cannot come to Paris because of his age. He is more than 90 years, but he is still young. So he started his career even when he was a student at the very, very beginning of the Japanese rocket development history. And he contributed a lot, not only in the academic, but also the engineering aspect. When I was a student, he was already a professor, but at that time he was very young also, and not only his capability of the academic aspect, but also that his personality, the charming personality, and the passion. So every Japanese rocket engineers were very much influenced by him and then encouraged. And he also expanded the Japanese rocket activity to the internationally. The activities of the IAA, IAF, and IAC, more than that. And he is still continuing his research at his home. Recently, he talked to me about his new idea of the tower within several 10 kilometers on which that spaceport is located. So he looks old, but he is still as young as when I met him the first time. So he says that he is very honored to be elected in the Hall of Fame. Everybody thinks that it's natural, but then he asked me to convey his appreciation. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for everything.
I am now pleased to call on stage the second winner of the IAF Hall of Fame, a representative from our incredible host, Jacques Arnaud, Ethics Advisor of the Centre National d'Études Spatiales. Please, Mr. Arnaud, join us on stage.
Monsieur le Président, Madame la Présidente, dear colleagues, dear friends, receiving this distinction from the International Astronautical Federation in Paris, the same year that CNES celebrates its 60th anniversary, is a real and great honor for me. I know I owe it to many of you who are tonight with me in this room, in our Congress. I also owe to eminent actors in the space field, especially to those who support my first step in a domain that a priori was not intended for me. Let me recall the memory of one of them, Professor Jacques Blamont, who passed away 2 years ago in Paris, and with whom I had so many occasions to exchange about philosophy, philosophy of space, philosophy of society. Perched on the shoulder of this giant and a few others that I don't have time now to mention, I was able to approach a territory long little known in space enterprise, that of ethics. I share with Professor Blamont this sentence from a philosopher which not cease to inspire me in my work in our community. Humanism is to concentrate the universe to the dimension of humankind and is expanding humanity to the dimension of the universe. Is not that precisely what space sciences and space technology allow us to achieve? This humanism was at the heart of our week in Paris, placed under the motto of Space for All. It must continue to inspire us in the continuation of one of the most wonderful adventures and one of the most demanding enterprise, space. Thank you again for the honor you have bid off to me.
The third awardee of this category is a long-standing contributor to the growth of the whole space community. Simonetta Di Pippo, Director of the Space Economy Evolution Laboratory from the SDA Bocconi School of Management.
Well, I'm really honored of this Hall of Fame award. But I want just to mention a couple of points. First of all, I really feel a part of a family with Christian, Clay, Anthony, Pascal, and all the others. And also, thank you very much for all the support in the last few years. We have been always working together for the same goal. And this is what is the main, let's say, characteristic of the space sector. We really try and we strive to work together for a better world. And so IAF is really the right place, and I hope that I can continue to contribute to this, on this path, even in the next years. Sometimes, I get some jokes of people telling me, okay, you are collecting too many honorary awards and honorary degrees. And I said, yes, I'm getting older, but believe me, I want to continue working in this field together with all of you. And thank you very much again for this award. Thank you so much.
And next, I am particularly pleased to call back on stage a well-known friend of the Federation, well-known to all of us, Mr. J.R. Edwards, Vice President International of the American Astronautical Society. Please, J.R., join us on stage.
This is deeply, deeply touching. Thank you to all in the Federation. Today, a brilliant young space lawyer from Nigeria shared a beautiful African proverb with me. Mustafa, I thank you for sharing this proverb. We did not inherit this earth from our ancestors. Rather, we borrow this land from our children. The same is true of space and exploration. We are all so privileged to be part of this great experience that we call space. And we are so privileged to be the caretakers and stewards of the great legacy and the vision for the future. Thank you so much, Federation.
And now to close out the list of inductees for this year for the 2022 IAF Hall of Fame. This year, the last person is Liu Zhisheng, Chief Designer of the China Academy of Launch Vehicle Technology. Unfortunately, Mr. Liu is not able to be here with us today, but we are pleased to welcome on stage Mr. Wang Cheng, the Secretary General of China Space Foundation, to receive the award on his behalf. Please join us on stage.
Merci beaucoup. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's really my great honor to, on behalf of Professor Liu, to have the honor of the Academy of the Hall of the Fame of 2022. And really, thank you very much to IAC 2022 and Professor Liu's great achievement that makes the China's space station on orbit, and operated perfectly. And I want to say thank you very much, and merci to Paris, to Cannes, and to France. Thank you very much. 谢谢.
Once again, thanks to all of our awardees and congratulations for their outstanding contributions to the Federation. We will now move on to award prizes to the winners of the 2022 IAF Young Space Leaders. For that task, it is my honor to call on stage Davide Petrillo, the IAF Vice President for Education and Workforce Development. Please, Davide, join us on stage.
Good afternoon. In my capacity as IAF Vice President for Education and Workforce Development, it is my pleasure to introduce you to the IAF Young Space Leaders Awards that are given to students and young professionals under the age of 35, who contribute to astronautics through their work, reach out to other young people and their communities to share knowledge and experiences and contribute to IAF activities. We are very pleased to present the 2022 IAF Young Space Leaders Recognition Program and welcome on stage Sirisha Bendla, Vice President, Government Affairs and Research Operation from Virgin Galactic. Dunay Badirkhanov, Vice Chairman of Azercosmos Space Agency of the Republic of Azerbaijan. Ozan Kara, Senior Propulsion Engineer, Delta V Space Technology. Antonino Salmeri, Doctoral Researcher in Space Law, University of Luxembourg. Ruvimbo Samanga, Space Law and Policy Analyst. Marushka Stra, Executive Director of the World Space Week Association. Anthony Ewan, Chair of the Space Generation Advisory Council. Unfortunately, Mrs. Mariam Nassim, member of the Industry Relations Team, Canadian Space Agency, could not be present today. So we would like in any case to acknowledge her outstanding results. In addition, two YSL from last year could not join us in Dubai, and we would like to recognize her as well today. I would like to call on stage Ayami Kojima, Unit Chief of International Affairs National Space Policy Secretariat. and Catherine Robinson Asani, political scientist from the United States. Please give them another round of applause. I'm now pleased to say that the IAF has multiplied its efforts in supporting the younger generation and has increased notably the number of the Emerging Space Leaders grants over the past years. We are pleased to welcome on stage our IAF Emerging Space Leaders. So please come on stage. Adewale Adelankwa. Lama Aleraman. Tense Ali. Suraj Aranja. Fahime Barzamini. Isidora Casias Valle Pacheco. Thomas Chernev. Joshua Critchley Marrows. Maria Fernanda del Barco León. Martina Di Mosca. Nisanur Eker. Kapisen Elan Kumara. Sepide Fahihi. Adolfo Hara. Abdullah Il Kafi. Malkia Kelelue. Kansan Kim Antonio Stark. Pooja Lepcha. Catherine Reza Kimberly Mandingma. Juan Carlos Mariscal Gomez. Joyce Matthew. Mahad Nayer. Bildad Njenga. Ramson Nyankumondiwa. Didun Olbilanade. Saira Roxana Obit Williams. Peter Okello. Sara Sabri. Nathanan Sakdev, Niki Sajad, Elisabetta Shashkova, Usman Shreryar, Ariram Shrestha, Janardan Silpuan, Alina Vizireanu, and Ruidak Xie. Please give them another round of applause.
What a picture, huh? And now, please kindly welcome on stage Franco Bernelli, professor at the Politecnico di Milano, Pierre Bescon, treasurer of the Association Aeronautics and Astronautique de France, (AF), Karl-Heinz Rohrwild, Vice President Internationaler Förderkreis für Raumfahrt and curator of the Hermann Obert Raumfahrtmuseum, and Alistair D. Scott, acting president of the British Interplanetary Society, to present the 50th student competition.
Okay. In this conference, we also have competitive sessions reserved to students under 28 years age. And we have an evaluation process, so I have to thank all the jury members that spent their time evaluating all the presentations and the papers. And we have undergraduate and graduate categories, plus a team competition. So first, I would like to invite the students of the individual presentations. So we have as undergraduate Jorge Moreno. We have Priya Abiram. And we have Franco Maria Marchese and Claudio Rapisarda for the graduate category. Since the next picture is with a big team, maybe we take a picture with them and then we call the team for a second picture. We have a large team, and not because we are in Paris, but because they really did a good job. I would like to call on stage the team of ISAE Super-Héros. I would call them the Obelix team because they presented their project on the Obelix lunar transportation system. We have Timothée Simon, Clément Launeux, Alexia Duchesne, Anthony Faure-Gignoux, Pierre Vignot, Benoît Vinière, Florian Fillol, Adrien Lafontaine, Tania Gress, and Jérémy Aubert.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to the end of our awards ceremony. What can I say? Once again, this IAC confirms the will of our community to meet and share ideas. More than 9,200 delegates from 110 countries decided to join us here in Paris. I invite you all to continue supporting us in making this network larger and larger. I would like to call on stage now, again, Lionel Souchet, Chair of the IAC 2022 Local Organizing Committee. But this exceptional result would not be possible without my very professional Secretariat team. They work hard every day of the year to make the IAC a memorable event for each and every one of you. May I now please also ask my team to come up on stage and call on stage Julia Maria, Silvia, Isabella, Miriam, Julia, Emma, Alessandra, Martina, Evelina, Stefano, Martin, Elena, Michelle, Aaron, Victoria, Andrea, and Mareike. And please let me call on stage once again the IAF President, MOWRY. Please come up to my team. The IAC 2022 will soon close its door, but before leaving, I would like to celebrate with you one further achievement of our this year's Congress. As you all know, climate change is one of today's key issues. Next year, for the first time, we will devote an entire IAF Global Conference to this important topic, the IAF Global Conference on space and climate change. CLOC 2023, it will be hosted in Oslo in May next year in partnership with the Norwegian Space Agency. IAF takes this topic very seriously, and starting already with this year's IAC, we have made a special effort to reduce the environmental impact of this Congress. I'm now very proud that together with our host CNES and our PCO, KIT Group, we have achieved to obtain the special ISO 20121, that's what it's called, certification on sustainable management system of the IAC 2022. We are now pleased to welcome on stage Delphine Baudouin from KIT Group and IAC 2022 PCO to present this certificate to the IAF President and the IAC 2022 LOC Chair, Lionel Souchet. Please, Delphine and Lionel, come up. Yes. And now, let us look to the future, to the IAC 2023, which will be hosted next year in the spectacular city of winds, Baku, in the land of fire, Azerbaijan. I would like to welcome on stage now Samadin Asadov, Chairman of Azercosmos and Chair of the IAC 2023 Local Organizing Committee, to sign with the IAF the final hosting contract for IAC 2023.
Dear friends, I'm so excited to have the honor to bring back to Baku City the next IAC. Thank you very much. All showed interest to us throughout this wonderful week. We all had a wonderful week here. Paris City and Knesset set all records that from now on, entire 12 months, we will have to work tirelessly and sleeplessly so that you have memorable event in Baku City. I will be looking forward to welcome you all, space community, to say welcome back to Baku after half a century. Thank you very much.
Please stay with us. And now please welcome on stage for the handing over of the IAF flag. Again, Lionel Souchet, the carrier of the flag. You took care of it for a whole year. Thank you very much. And also Myriam Cornet, project manager of IAC 2022, and Pierre Bousquet, IAC 2022 IPC co-chair. And from the Azerbaijan team, Rena Shafarova, IAC 2023 Project Manager, and Dunay Badirkhanov, IAC 2023 IPC Co-Chair. Please come on stage. Thank you very much, and please take very good care of our flag. One more. Thank you very much. And now, to kind of tune you to Baku and Azerbaijan, we are very pleased to immerse you into a very small, short promotional video. Please.
It all started centuries ago with Nasreddin Tusi contemplating the celestial bodies in search of the unknown. Ever since our innate desire to explore space has only been igniting. We were the first and only in the region to host the International Astronautical Congress. We embraced space knowledge to harness its power and even ventured into space. Today we continue our journey, designing solutions for a better connected and secure world. We inspire the next generations to look for new horizons, explore, create, and innovate. And once again, we are bringing space community back to Baku, Azerbaijan. A place that offers cultural immersion and unforgettable experiences. From ancient palaces to the pearls of contemporary architecture, to spectacular sceneries, everyone can find something of interest here. The people and the hospitality, rich culture and traditions, unique arts and crafts. And the delicious cuisine will leave you in awe. Discover the spectacular facets of Azerbaijan and indulge in the celebration of everything space in Baku at the International Astronautical Congress in 2023.
Thank you very much. Samanin, I was able to come and visit you guys in June and see this incredible facility, and really so looking forward. If any of you are doubting, do I go to Baku? Where is Baku? What is Baku? You've got to come to Baku. It is fantastic, really. So we look forward to it next year. We've kept you long enough. I know many of you have traveled from afar. You've been out every night, hopefully all week, doing all the great things for the space community. It's time to let you go. I'm declaring now officially the 73rd International Astronautical Congress closed. Thank you. Safe travels.